On this episode of the Fiasco Camp Family Redemption.
Hello, stranger.
How you doing, Pastor?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I tell them I was 13 years old when I had my first boyfriend. And the kids came the next year right after that. And they just kept coming.
Are you angry or are you hurt?
Hurt.
I'm sensing hurt more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, back then we was a lot closer because our mom taught us to be that close. But now that we older, it's not like that.
I'm so excited. Today is our first day of therapy with Pastor Shepard. The fact is not that I'm excited that we're doing therapy, but I'm excited that we're taking the steps to correct what's been, been breaking us apart for this long, to correct the issues that have been, afflicting this group. Brandon, Ricky, NCC. I'm trying to get her number. She's been active in everything. So. And the first person up for the therapy session is my sister Sierra. Oh my God, she is the baby of the family, and she does get emotional, but she's going through a lot, and I think this is a good opportunity for her to get all of this off her chest.
How you doing?
Fine. I'm here to talk to you about me wanting to move forward, but I'm having difficulties with opening up. I'm constantly always having a wall up, and I don't know how to break it.
What makes you think you got a wall that you can't advance?
Probably because my mom had us so sheltered. She kept us in the house, and we haven't been out in the open and communicating with everybody. It just made me automatically build a wall.
But now, when you say communicating with everybody, who are
Even
you talking about? You
family.
Talking about family or friends? Or...
Friends, family, even in a relationship.
Okay.
I don't know how to express myself.
Well, first, I guess I need to ask you, how do you feel about yourself? I mean, when you look in the mirror, what do you see?
I see everything that I've been through. I don't really see me.
All right. You see your struggle you've been through. You see the rough things that you've been through. But do you really see yourself? Okay. Why can't you see yourself?
I don't know. I don't think I really know myself anymore.
Okay. How do you feel about yourself? I mean, I guess I need to explain what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with the person that you are?
Yes and no.
Okay. You say yes and no. Tell me what you mean.
Yes, because I know I'm a beautiful person. And no, because I don't feel like that sometimes. I don't get that from people. So it's like, I don't feel good enough.
Okay. What's your most recent accomplishment?
I finally got my high school diploma.
How did you feel about that?
I felt great. I felt proud of myself.
All right. But you had some struggles before you got that, didn't you?
Yeah.
What struggle did you have? That you had is that you were struggling with grief.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you overcame that, now you're at a better place, you're at a better point in your life. And you have better opportunities than what you had before. Same thing applies to your family situation. See, I know a lot about what you've been through, but I still don't even know a whole lot in comparison to what you've been through. But I realize that you all have struggled and you've overcome some adversities that a lot of people never have to face, and there are some people who, when they face it, they couldn't overcome it.
Yeah.
And our concern for you guys was always what next, because it always seemed like there was always something, always something, always something. But when you look back, you guys have done a tremendous job. And in so many ways, you had to raise yourself. You had to rely on each other as siblings to see about one another. And that means a lot, because when siblings can be there for each other, that's a motivation in itself.
Yeah, but also it's still hard now because, back then we was a lot closer because our mom taught us to be that close. But now that we're older, it's not like that anymore.
How you doing, Pastor? Long time no see.
Good. How about yourself, man?
I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Still fighting a good fight.
What's going on with you?
Really just trying to maintain my sanity, man. You know, still got them same anger issues that I always been having. It's just evolved a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I really need to figure out a way to deal with them better.
What are you angry about?
Everything around me, really. Like, my family situation, everybody's situation. You know how you expect things to go your way and they don't, you know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. Like,
But are you angry or are you hurt?
Hurt,
Because I'm
angry,
sensing hurt
upset.
than anything else.
Yeah. I mean, different ways of showing it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I be in the gym, I try to work out and, you know, keep all that kind of stuff behind me, but, you know, I don't know. It's difficult, you know.
What happens at 12:01 each night?
Each night,
What happens at 12:01 each night?
it's the next day.
It's the next day. Okay? And what can you do about the previous day?
Nothing.
Okay? Previous day is gone. And what frustrates you a lot of times is that you may feel like that was an opportunity that passed, but for whatever it is, it's past. You have to keep your focus on moving forward in the future. You know, and I can understand, and it's good actually that you have something that you do to release some of the frustration. You know, work it out, exercising. Different people do things differently to relieve the stress. But one thing that I think you have to remember is that, for all intents and purposes, at a point in you guys' life, you basically were the oldest. I know you have two older sisters, but for the younger of you that were actually together, because your two older sisters were removed from the house, so to speak, in that they had their own places. So with the siblings that were left, you were the oldest. And so a lot of, I guess, expectations were put upon you at a time when you really weren't mature enough to deal with that. Now, don't get me wrong with what I'm saying. Not that you're not mature, but sometimes you can have more put on you than what you're ready for. It's not an easy thing to turn on, and I'll tell you why. Because number one, you love every last one of them, and I know you do. And number two, you guys for a long time were all you had. And so y'all had such a close-knit family. And you can still be close-knit, but in a lot of ways, believe it or not, it's like your younger siblings were your children. And as a parent, when you grow older, you got to cut that apron string. And that's the hardest thing to do sometimes, is cut that string and let them fend for themselves.
Going with Pastor Shepherd, it was all right. I got to relieve a little stress, but it barely scratched the surface. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot more on my mind that I want to get off, you know. And with time and family helping, I'll be able to get it all off my chest in the right way. So I appreciate you, Pastor Shepherd, for what you did, man. You know what I'm saying? You keep on doing what you're doing, man. God bless you.
I have to be skeptical about counseling, but I'm ready to talk.
Hello, stranger.
How you doing, Pastor?
I'm doing fine. How you doing? What's been going on with you?
Well, just had my little struggles, but I mean, it's nothing I can't handle. Back in school, which is good,
Well, good.
but hard.
Yeah.
And, you know, trying to get myself together. And as you know, my kids, they pretty much get theirs together. And we ain't on that same page yet. I do want to stay on the same page.
Okay.
But it's hard, because everybody got their own personalities and what they're dealing with me.
So what they dealing with you?
Not knowing who their daddy is. Anger by how I raised them.
Okay, I gotta get personal with you now. How do you feel about the issue with your father?
Well, like I tell them, I was 13 years old when I had my first boyfriend. And the kids came the next year right after that. And they just kept coming. And I knew what love was. I mean, I had boyfriends, I just kept getting pregnant, getting caught. So, you know, I know who I've been with, and I'm willing to satisfy their minds. And, you know, it was about 3 of them that could be possibilities. And I just want to satisfy their mind by getting those guys together. And
Is this the older kids that you're talking about?
no, I'm talking about Brandon.
Brandon.
And also I'm talking about my daughter Ashley, because she has some reservations, which I felt that was going to be a problem, because I knew, you know, where I was, you know, at the time. And, you know, their
Now,
dad,
Ashley's the oldest.
no, that's Tamika.
Tamika's the oldest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashley is my
Is
second.
right after Tamika?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's my army girl.
Okay.
And, you know, she told me, you know, when they were in Massachusetts, that when their father came down to see them, that she seen her sister get more attention than she did. So when she told me that just light bulbed my mind and say, okay, maybe he thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. Maybe he not feeling that as his child. If he ain't saying it, but, you know, like I said, me and him wasn't all that. After Tamika was born, I pretty much slipped away from him. Cause we were cheering. I ain't nothing about no stand, you know, and I'm living the project. And there's boys everywhere, boys, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to talk to me, you know what I'm saying? And some of them have crushes on or whatever, you know, but I knew I wasn't like all over the place. It just,
Well, let me ask you this. Let me stop for a minute. Tell me how you feel about yourself.
I feel like a failure.
Why?
I failed them, and they're good kids, and who am I to know when I'm young? You know what I'm saying? But I also had a mean father who, he made me afraid of him, and all I want to do is him to stay away from me. So I listened to him, and I let him talk me into letting his brother, you know, and his wife raise my 2 older kids. And he brought it to me. And the only thing I seen was a way out from him. Because he was so hooked on my first 2 kids. Just like the pastor said when the counseling, the pastor said, you got a lot of work to do. And I agree. And I'm so glad he pointed it out to me, so now I need to pray for me even harder. For this family.
Okay, so, well, of course, I mean, healing is the name of the game right now. I guess for us to all come together as one, we have to learn to let go of everything that happened, which is easier for some than others. Me being a person who's kind of hard to forget.
What are you struggling with forgetting? Okay. Hey, talk to me now.
I mean, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but, you know, my mom, she struggled with a lot of her mistakes as far as we go. And I can't speak for anybody else, but I know it was so hard for me. And then I wake up every day still looking at what she did to me.
What did she do to you?
For reasons that I will never understand because I've never really asked her. Beat me up. She knocked out my tooth. She didn't try to seek help. She didn't try to, see if we could, fix it.
she just I feel like she just left me there for dead.
How old were you when this happened?
16,
And how old are you now?
26. And it hurts like it happened yesterday. Like, I have the journal entry that I wrote because I used to keep journals. That's the way I used to get my emotions out. Because, you know, we were pretty on lockdown back then. We couldn't really talk to anybody. So, like, I've read that day and how I spoke about it and how it just seemed like another day living with Bernice. It was just another day, something else that happened.
Now, I'm not making an excuse for your mother. I wouldn't do that. But have any of you ever tried to put yourself in her shoes to try to understand what she's going through?
No.
Okay. Sometimes, and I don't know that this is the case, but sometimes a person has been through something themselves and they take it out on you. When I look at your mom and I look at all of you, her children, you look a lot like your mother. A lot like your mother. More so, I think, than the others. And sometimes a person will see themselves in that one child and they don't like what they see. It's not necessarily that you did anything wrong, but it's something that she's dealing with internally. Now, what I would say to you, though, is I think you do at some point in time, and hopefully soon, you really do need to sit down and talk to her and ask her about that situation. And let her know. I don't know. If you've never let her know how you felt about it. See, part of healing is you have to open up.
I don't want to hurt her.
I know you don't. And so what you do is you let her know that, Mommy, that's not why I'm talking to you about this. I'm talking to you because I want us to get past this. This is something that damaged me, and I've got to talk about it. I've got to deal with this with you one-on-one in order to get past it.
Today we had our one-on-one sessions with Pastor Shepherd, and I didn't think it was going to be this emotional and get me all worked up, but it did. It seems like I don't know how, but he knew all the right questions to ask me, and then he definitely gave me a lot of food for thought. So I can't say counseling didn't help. Like, it was our first session, and I feel like I'm going to change, and we're in the right direction. Thank you, Pastor Shepherd.
For more info on this episode, log on to thefiascocamp.com.